Good morning, students. We will study complex number. What are complex numbers? Complex numbers are denoted by the letter Z. Any number of the form x plus iy, where x and y are real numbers and iota is equal to under root of minus 1 is called a complex number. What are real and imaginary part? If z is equal to x plus iy, then real part of z will be x and imaginary part of z will be y. Modulus of a complex number. Modulus of a complex number is denoted by mod of z and is given by mod of z is equal to under root of x square plus y square. Geometrically, it is denoted by distance OP, the point P and O. So this distance OP is the modulus of a complex number. Let us take example. If z is equal to 3 plus 4i, then modulus of z will be equal to under root of 3 square plus 4 square, that is 9 plus 16 is equal to 5. Conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate of a complex number z is denoted by z bar and is obtained by replacing I with minus I. If z is equal to x plus iy, then conjugate of z will be x minus iy. Geometrically, if red dot represent the complex number z, then the blue dot will represent the conjugate of z. If z is equal to 1 plus I, then conjugate of 1 plus I will be 1 minus I. Powers of I to the power any multiple of 4 is 1, whereas I to the power any multiple of 4 plus 1 will be equal to I to the power any multiple of 4 plus 2 will be equal to minus 1, whereas I to the power any multiple of 4 plus 3 will be equal to minus I. Example: I to the power 0, I to the power 4, I to the power 8 all are in the multiple of 4. The powers are all in the multiple of 4, so it will be equal to 1. I to the power 1, I to the power 5, I to the power 9. We can see that in these numbers the powers are in the form of all multiple of 4 plus 1, so it will be in the form of I. Similarly, I to the power 2, I to the power 6, I to the power 10 all are in the form of I to the power 4k plus 2, so it will be minus 1. And the last I to the power 3, I to the power 7, I to the power 11 all are in the multiple of 4 plus 3, so it will be minus I. Now come to the argument of a complex number. Argument of a complex number is the angle made by the line OP from the x-axis, where P denotes the complex number z. Argument of z is also read as amplitude of z and is equal to angle XOP. So if P denotes the complex number z x plus iy, then the angle made by the line OP with the positive x-axis in anticlockwise direction is called the argument of z. If the value of theta is from minus pi to pi, then the argument is called the principal argument. So argument of z will be theta if z belongs to first quadrant, and if z belongs to second quadrant, it will be pi minus theta. If z belongs to third quadrant, it will be minus pi plus theta, and if the z belongs to fourth quadrant, then argument of z will be minus theta, where theta is equal to tan inverse modulus of y upon x. Polar form. If we write the complex number z in the form of r sin theta cos theta, then it will be called the polar form. So if we write z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta, then it is polar form. Polar form is also known as trigonometric form. So you see in the figure, this complex number z represented by P x plus iy is written in the form of r and theta. So the polar form. Now the Euler form. Euler gave the identity cos theta plus I sin theta is equal to e to the power I theta. So if we replace cos theta plus I sin theta by e to the power I theta, we will get the Euler form. So the Euler form will be r e to the power I theta. Now come to the example problem. Evaluate I to the power minus 2022 plus I to the power 2021 to the power 4. First simplify I to the power minus 2022. We know the fact that I to the power any multiple of 4 is 1. So we will write I to the power minus 2022 as I to the power minus 2024 into I square, and I to the power minus 2024 is the multiple of 4, so it will be 1. So 1 into minus 1 will be equal to minus 1. Now we will solve I to the power 2021. We can write this as I to the power 2020 into I to the power 2020 will be 1, and 1 into I will be equal to I. Now writing these two values in the given expression, we will get minus 1 plus I to the power 4. We will use now the binomial theorem. We know a plus b to the power 4 is a to the power 4 plus 4c1 a to the power 3 into b plus 4c2 a square b square plus 4c1 a b cube plus b to the power 4. So using the binomial we can write this. Now I square is minus 1, so it will be minus into minus plus 6. Minus 1 whole square is plus 1 and I square is minus 1, so it will be minus 6. It will be I cube is minus I, so it will be plus 4I, and I to the power 4 is equal to I to the power 4 is equal to 1. So we will write I to the power 4 is equal to 1. Simplify further, minus 4I and plus 4I will get cancelled, and we will left with 2 minus 6, that is minus 4. Now second question, if modulus of z plus 3 minus I is equal to 4 and argument of z is equal to pi by 4, then find the value of z. We are given argument of z is equal to pi by 4. This means z lies in the first quadrant. So our x and y must be positive, because the argument of z is pi by 4 shows that z lies in first quadrant. Now argument of z will be tan inverse y upon x is equal to pi by 4. This implies y upon x is equal to 10 pi by 4. 10 pi by 4 is 1, so it will be y is equal to x. So if we replace y is equal to x in complex number z is equal to x plus iy, we will get z is equal to x plus ix, whereas x must be greater than 0. Now we are also given that modulus of z plus 3 minus I is equal to 4. Replacing the value of z, we will get x plus ix plus 3 minus I is equal to 4. Here the real part is x plus 3, whereas the imaginary part is we will take the I common, it will be x minus 1. So modulus will be under root of x plus 3 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equal to 4. Squaring, we will get x plus 3 whole square plus x minus 1 whole square is equal to 16. Simplifying further, we will get 2x square plus 4x minus 6 is equal to 0. Dividing by 2, we will get x square plus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Now taking the doing the factorization, we will get x plus 3 into x minus 1 is equal to 0, which will imply x is equal to 1 or minus 3. But we cannot take x is equal to minus 3 because x is greater than 0. So we will reject the x is equal to minus 3. We will have x is equal to 1. Now putting the value of x is equal to 1 in the complex number z is equal to x plus ix, we will get the answer z is equal to 1 plus I. Now move to the next question. Find the modulus of 1 plus 2i upon 1 minus 3i. To find the modulus, let us take it as z. Z is equal to 1 plus 2i upon 1 minus 3i. To simplify this complex number, we will multiply this z by the conjugate of the denominator. The denominator is 1 minus 3i. Its conjugate will be 1 plus 3i. So multiply in the numerator and denominator by 1 plus 3i. Simplify further, we will get 1 plus 5i plus 6i square upon a minus b, a plus b, it will be a square minus b square. So 1 minus 9i square. Simplifying, I square is minus 1, so 6i square will be minus 6 plus 1 will be equal to minus 5, and so it will be minus 5 plus 5i upon 1 plus 9. That means 5 into minus 1 plus I upon 10. Simplifying further, it will be minus half plus I by 2. This is the simplified form of 1 plus 2i upon 1 minus 3i. Now take the modulus. Modulus of z will be under root of real part square plus imaginary part square, that is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 upon root 2. Next, the argument of 1 plus 2i upon 1 minus 3i, the same complex number 1 plus 2i upon 1 minus 3i. This time we have to find the argument. We have already done in the previous question that modulus of z after simplification is minus half plus I by 2. This complex number lies in the second quadrant because the real part is negative and the imaginary part is positive. So this complex number lies in the second quadrant. So since the z lies in the second quadrant, we will write argument of z is equal to pi minus alpha, where alpha is given by tan alpha is equal to modulus of pi upon x. Simplifying, putting the value of y, which is half, and putting the value of x, which is minus half. So it will be tan alpha is equal to 1. This implies alpha is equal to pi by 4. Hence our argument of z will be equal to pi minus pi by 4, that is 3 pi by 4. Come to the next question. If alpha and beta are different complex numbers with modulus of beta is equal to 1, then find modulus of beta minus alpha upon 1 minus alpha bar beta. To find the modulus, we will first solve for its square, because we know the fact that modulus of z square is equal to z into z bar. So we will first find the square. So modulus of beta minus alpha whole upon 1 minus alpha bar beta whole square is equal to z into z bar. Now simplifying the z bar, we will write it as beta bar minus alpha bar upon 1 bar is 1 and alpha bar beta is nothing but it is alpha beta bar. Now multiplying, we will get the expression beta beta bar minus alpha beta bar minus beta alpha bar plus alpha alpha bar upon 1 minus alpha bar beta minus alpha beta bar plus alpha alpha bar beta beta bar. Now it is given that modulus of beta is equal to 1. It is given that modulus of beta is equal to 1. So beta into beta bar will be equal to 1, because modulus of beta square will be equal to 1 and modulus of beta square means beta into beta bar. So it will be equal to 1. So writing beta beta bar is equal to 1, we will get as this expression 1 minus alpha beta bar minus beta alpha bar plus alpha alpha bar upon 1 minus alpha bar beta minus alpha beta bar plus alpha alpha bar, because modulus of beta is 1. So the numerator and denominator are same, cancelling each other, and it will give you 1. So when the square is 1, then the modulus will also 1. Modulus cannot be negative, so it will be 1. Now move to the question number 6. Let z be a complex number such that modulus of z minus I upon modulus of z plus 2i is equal to 1 and modulus of z is equal to 5 by 2. Then find modulus of z plus 3i. We are given modulus of z minus I upon z plus 2i is equal to 1. We know that modulus of z1 upon z2 is modulus of z1 upon modulus of z2. We can separate it. So it will be modulus of z minus I is equal to modulus of z plus 2i. Let us take z is equal to x plus iy. Then it will be modulus of x plus iy minus 1 is equal to modulus of x plus iy plus 2i. We know modulus is under root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Here the real part is x and the imaginary part is y minus 1. So it will be under root of x square plus y minus 1 whole square, and in the right hand side it will be x square plus y plus 2 whole square. squaring and simplifying, we will get y is equal to minus half. Now the second fact is given that modulus of z is equal to 5 by 2. We will use this and we will see when modulus of z is 5 by 2. This means under root of x square plus y square is equal to 5 by 2. We have already found out that y is minus half. So put the value of y is equal to minus half. We will get x is equal to plus minus under root 6. Now we can find modulus of z plus 3i. Replace again z by x plus iy and it will be under root of x square plus y plus 3 whole square. So put the value of x and y, we will get the required result, that is 7 by 2. Now move to the question number 7. Question number 7 is, let modulus of z1 is equal to 1, modulus of z2 is equal to 2, modulus of z3 is equal to 3, and z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to 3 plus under root 5i. Then you have to find the real part of z1, z2 bar plus z2, z3 bar plus z3, z1 bar. So we have to find the real part of z1, z2 bar plus z2, z3 bar plus z3, z1 bar, and we are given z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to 3 plus root 5i. So squaring this expression, we will get modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z3 whole square is equal to modulus of 3 plus root 5i square. We know z square is equal to zz bar, so we can write it as z1 plus z2 plus z3 into bar z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equal to 3 plus root 5i into bar 3 plus root 5i. Conjugate of z1 plus z2 plus z3 can be written as conjugate of z1 plus conjugate of z2 plus conjugate of z3, writing separately. Similarly here, conjugate of 3 plus root 5 can be written as 3 minus root 5i. Multiplying in the right hand side, we will get z1 z1 bar plus z2 z2 bar plus z3 z3 bar plus z1 z2 bar plus z2 z1 bar plus z2 z3 bar plus z3 z2 bar, and so on. It will be this expression. Now z2 z1 bar can be written as conjugate of z1 z2 bar, and these two will give you the real part of z1 z2 bar. So we can write real part of z1 z2 bar, similarly real part of z2 z3 bar, similarly real part of z3 z1 bar, and z1 z1 bar is modulus of z1 square, z2 z2 bar is modulus of z2 square, and z3 z3 bar is modulus of z3 square. Simplifying further, we are given modulus of z1 is 1, so modulus of z1 square will be 1, modulus of z2 square will be 4, and modulus of z3 square will be 9, and the real part of this 14 and 14 will get cancelled, and real part of z1 z2 bar plus z2 z3 bar plus z3 z1 bar will come out 0, which is our result. Question number 8. Omega is not equal to 1 is the cube root of unity. Then we have to find the minimum of the set a plus b omega plus c omega square whole square, where a, b, c are distinct non-zero integers. Then what will the value of this value of the minimum value of this set? So we will simplify a plus b omega plus c omega square whole square. A plus b omega plus c omega square whole square is equal to z into z bar. So we will write this, and now the conjugate of a plus b omega plus c omega square, we will write it separately, and it will be a plus b omega plus c omega square into a, conjugate of a will be a, conjugate of b omega will be b times conjugate of omega, and conjugate of omega is omega square. So we have written conjugate of b omega will be equal to b omega square, because conjugate of omega is omega square and conjugate of omega square is omega. Now multiplying, we will get this expression, writing a square plus ab omega square plus AC omega square plus BC omega square plus B square, omega cube is 1. So writing omega cube as 1, it will be B square plus BC omega square plus CA omega square plus CB omega square plus C square omega square. Omega to the power 4 will be omega, because omega cube is 1, so omega to the power 4 will be equal to omega. Now it will be written as A square plus B square plus C square, writing all the terms without omega together, then writing the terms of omega together, and then writing the terms of omega square together. We will get this expression, which will be equal to A square plus B square plus C square plus, take the common AB plus BC plus CA from the last two, it will be omega plus omega square. Now we know omega plus omega square is minus 1, as we know 1 plus omega square is 0, so omega plus omega square will be minus 1. So the expression will become A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA. Now we can take the half common and multiplying by 2 and simplifying further, we will get that it will be equal to half A minus B whole square plus B minus C whole square plus C minus A whole square. हाफ बाहर लिया और 2 से अंदर मल्टीप्लाई किया, मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 2, and then making the perfect squares, it will be, we will get this expression. Now we have to find the minimum value of this expression. This value will be minimum when A minus B whole square, B minus C whole square and C minus A whole square will be minimum, and it will be when A, B and C are consecutive integers. Let us take A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 3, then we will get the minimum value. Or we can take A is equal to 10, B is equal to 11 or C is equal to 12, that means consecutive integers. So if we take A minus B will be 1 square, B minus C whole square will be 1 square and C minus A whole square will be 2 square. So 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square is 6, so it is greater than equal to 3. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you.